Absolute pleasure to meet you, Emi. I've been watching you for a very, very long time, and finally to come and to meet you now. In my opinion, you are one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
No, it's the same. I was as a legend at Villa, Man United. So I said, yeah, I want to chat with these guys.
You were born in 1992, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of thought to myself, wow, that's like 2 years. You were 2 when I won my first major trophy with Aston Villa in 1994. But I want to ask you about that place you were born, Mar del Plata. What was that like, your hometown in Argentina?
Actually, we went to Gold Coast the other day, and I sent a picture, selfie to my brother, saying it reminds me of Mar del Plata. It's actually very similar in terms of the coast. We can see all the buildings just alongside the whole beach. It's similar to Gold Coast, to be fair. Obviously, I got beautiful memories from Mar del Plata. Obviously, my best friends, my brother, my mum and dad are still living there. So every year when I can, I always go there.
Always go back,
always
yeah?
Got nieces.
And then from there, Independiente, I think it was,
Yeah.
as a youth, but then you come over to England. What was it like coming to England, to be a goalkeeper in England?
Well, to be fair, it was tough, because obviously at the moment when I was in Independiente, I was 16, 17, nearly going into the first team to play my first few games for the club. It's my dream club, the one I wanted to play, always play. But then I had obviously money issues with my family. My dad was struggling at the moment to pay the bills and that, and obviously we had an offer from Arsenal. I couldn't turn it down. I couldn't speak any English, so I remember coming into the dressing room, and a few guys say, "Hi, Em," and I didn't know what that means. So imagine how bad my English was.
Well, I'll tell you what, your English is far better than my Spanish.
I know, I learned over the years, but no, that was the hardest thing. I think to communicate with people, and the pitch was so quick compared to South America. I had good goalie coaches, good English teacher. Obviously, I met my wife nowadays when I was 19. So,
and her parents are Brazilian and Portuguese. But she's from England.
She's from England.
Yeah.
So,
and now 2 kids as well?
2 kids as well. They're born in England, so my surroundings is always between nice people, you know.
And then Villa, and have been excellent. I don't want to embarrass you here and all that, but in my opinion, watching have been excellent for Aston Villa. What more do you want for Aston Villa? Obviously, I've been watching the team over here. I've been looking at the squad. I've been speaking to some of your assistants and that here. From my outside point of view, looking on, I think your squad, and especially your starting 11, gives you a really good opportunity as a team, not only to win maybe a major trophy, a domestic trophy, maybe FA Cup, maybe League Cup, but definitely to get into the top 6. What do you feel, and what do the boys feel?
No, obviously when I signed for the club, my aim was to be in Europe for Villa. That was my only aim, even though the season before they stayed up in the Premier League by 1 point, I think, if I'm right.
Yeah, it was.
So my aim was always to be that top half, top 8, top 6, and obviously the club wants to do the same, so that's why I wanted to join a club where they got big ambitions. I think Johan and Christian are doing a really good job in terms of signings and people coming out and in. I think we strengthened the squad. We got signing of Philip Coutinho, won the Champions League, won the Copa America. So it's a world-class player. Diego Carlos, amazing. Kamara.
He was excellent last season.
So we got the squad, or the star 11, to fight for that top 8. And you can see we're playing 2 different teams in the pre-season games, and we even.
So hardly no difference.
Doing really well. The first, obviously, pre-season, even especially for me and the new manager, Steven Gerrard, here. You can see how difficult it is, how much we run. I want to be in Europe for Villa, so I won't stop until I do it.
Now, internationally, I know you've got to be careful because it's a big World Cup, and we know as footballers you don't want to make any type of claim that can come back and bite you in the backside. But Argentina won their first Copa America since 1993, and you played a prominent part. When you saved those 3 penalties in the semi-final, it reminded me of when I was at Aston Villa and saved 3 penalties in the semi-final against Tranmere as well. But it must be not only it was a huge thing for Argentina, but it must be a great thing to know that a lot of people have always said about Argentina, great players, but can they do it as a team and win a major trophy? Well, you did. Yeah,
it's key. Obviously, the new manager, Scaloni, the first thing he wanted to see was a unit group. Obviously, players who go always the same direction, no mini groups, nothing, everyone in the same direction. And I think he got that right. He trusted some new players into the team, including myself, Romero from Spurs, De Paul from Atletico Madrid. I think he got it on point, and obviously we all knew Messi's role We all knew that we had to fight for him rather than just give the ball to him and he, I don't know, do skills and score 3 goals in a game. We actually work for him as a team, and he makes a difference.
Yeah,
so,
100%. And you must be asked this 100 times. That's what I was going to ask you about after, for everyone to know. What's he like as a person, Messi?
It's a lovely man. Obviously, I remember when you say about the 3 penalties against Colombia after the game, he obviously came to me, hugged me, said, "You deserve it. I know what you've been through over the years. Obviously, my times where I wasn't playing or whatever." He nearly made me cry after a guy of his measure, the best player on the planet, saying, "You deserve it. I know what you've been through." Makes you realise that he appreciates what I did for him in the national team. And obviously, it wasn't enough because we were in the final. He lost 4 or 5 finals with the national team. He couldn't win anything, and it's like, how can Messi not win anything for the national team? And we won the Copa America and the Finalissima in 2 consecutive years. So, and we want to win the World Cup. You know?
Yeah. How's that going to go? The World Cup? You think? You know, it's going to first time ever a World Cup's going to be played at this time of the year. You know, break up of the season. How do you? From a player's perspective? What are you thinking?
I'm focused on Villa for 16 games.
Yeah.
And I think we play Brighton away the 12th.
Yes.
And then
and
the following week is World Cup.
That's it. And not back to a Boxing Day.
Exactly. I got different stage on my career where I have to divide the season. I have to divide the targets. I'm a very target man.
Good.
When I put my target, I
like
try
the
to
clean
look.
sheets. You got the clean sheet record. They've been dying to say that.
I saw you in the sheet. I had to beat this man. Yeah.
You will.
And I want to play outstanding these 16 games for Villa. So we're working a lot with Neil Catalan. Obviously, before training, after training, just doing the bits that we have to get it right for the start of the season, and then just try to be the best goalie in the World Cup.
As I've said this to you, you'll get the clean sheets. You keep playing like you're playing. You will have the respect of everyone, which you have because how you're playing. You won 2 majors. You won the FA Cup, and the Copa America is a big one. The other one as well, you said when you played against Italy as well, you could count that one as well. But it's the trophies. Yeah. And I believe that you at Aston Villa can do it. And like I said, I don't want to put any pressure on you or Argentina, please. But you have a massive chance to be champions of the world. And that's something that because coming from Australia, I knew in my lifetime it would be very difficult to win a World Cup. That's why then winning the World Club Championship was so important to me. But I believe if you can do that, and I always watch the goalkeepers after where I've left the place as well. And for me, you are by far the best goalkeeper that I've seen in Aston Villa since I've left. And if you win those trophies, I will come and buy you a drink and say not only by far the best, but better than me. How's that?
Yeah, that's right. You buy me a coffee or a flight from Buenos Aires to Sydney.
Okay, but flight from Buenos Aires to Sydney. Yeah.
Now, obviously, when you're saying that. When I signed for the club and after my first season, even the last season, I was saying, he's the best keeper I've seen since BOSNICH. Since BOSNICH. So I said, I have to meet this man.
That's what I was thinking. I had the Villa supporters go, he's humble. I said, all right, I'm going to see him. So that's why I started following you on Twitter. I got to see you. I got to find out about this man.
No, obviously, it's a big club.
Massive club. Look, massive club. My time there was a great time, but we never quite got to where the real pinnacle for me was winning the European Cup, which is now the Champions League, back in 1982. Obviously, what they won the first division, that was called then Championship, like the Premier League, and winning that game against Bayern Munich was huge. We won the 2 cups.
1-0.
Yeah, 1-0. We won 94 against Manchester United 3-1, and then 96 against Leeds, ironically, 3-0. And the first season of the Premier League, a lot of people, I think, tend to overlook this when Manchester United won. We come second, come very, very close. We didn't quite get to that level that those boys in the 80s got. But like I said, it's been a turbulent time, but I believe with you've got the right players, you've definitely got the right manager, and it's a massive club. It's the biggest club in the Midlands, and one of the few clubs, like I said, that has won a Champions League.
We won a silverware. I
Yes.
think the manager is obviously he won everything as a player.
Yes.
He won trophies as a manager, and he came for that. It's the same way that what I'm doing here. I'm not just I want to be just a clean sheet record.
Yes.
Or I don't want to win a
Told you
title.
the trophies.
My
And you
target
can.
is a trophy or a European spot for next season.
The first thing starting with everything is that believe that you can. If I want to climb to
Exactly.
that top of the building,
If you don't believe it, you'd never
you're
achieve
not going
it.
to do it. Exactly right, and that's going to be important, especially as we know during the season things go up and down continually. As long as you maintain that belief, you don't want to get too high when you win, but when you lose, not too low as well. The teams normally that come back from bad times and players and come back even stronger, they're nearly impossible to stop.
Yeah, exactly. Last season we had 2 periods where we were 4 or 5 losing games on the bounce.
Yeah,
so we got out of there and then we went back down 4, 5 again losing, and we got out. So that's how you
That's a
strengthen
good
the squad
sign.
as well.
Yeah, and that's so important to be able to bounce back. Because like I said, in anything, if somebody keeps coming back at you, keeps coming back at you, you're like, well, how are we going to? How are you going to beat this?
Because I've been in the national team. I haven't lost a game in 20 games. We're unbeaten in 30 games in the national team, and I remember going last season, going to South America, playing 3 games in 1 week, coming straight into the games for Villa and losing. So it's like an ice bath into your face. I'm like, come on, I just won 3 games, 3 clean sheets on the bounce, and then I conceded 3 goals and I couldn't make a save. You know, and that challenged me. You know, it challenged me. And Neil does that. You know, he's a good talker. After every game, we sit down with a coffee and say, look, this you done wrong, this you were lazy in the movement, and it helps me to keep improving. I wouldn't be the goalie I am today without Neil Catalan.
Well, that's lovely. Yeah. And you know what, I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time out to speak to me. Great to speak to you, and I'll be following you as closely as I've been following. But we go over to the ground now, and all the best for tomorrow against Manchester United.
Next season I'm going to beat you.
All right, and win a trophy?
Yeah.
All right,
I promise you.
absolutely done.